because Selena will come in a few moments and we're going to film the fitting of your plates today. So what we're going to do is we're going to try the plates in, and then we're going to make sure that they're comfortable. Then we're going to show Mum what to do. We're going to show you what to do. And we're going to teach you how to take them in and out. We're going to teach you how to live with them. Okay? So the plates. Pretty cool. All right, so we'll sit you back. We'll go through with Mum first on what she has to do with these plates. And then we'll show you guys what to do as well. Okay, so these plates have a screw mechanism on the inside. There is an arrow showing the direction that we want to turn the plates. And there are holes that sit within that barrel. There are 4 separate holes. And we use those holes to engage the key to turn to expand the plate. So you'll see there's a hole right in the middle at the moment. We put the key into the hole, and our goal is to get it through. Now you can see it goes all the way through, but you only need to bring it through a couple of mils. You'll see right now that's sitting right dead center in the middle. You'll see there's an arrow. Our goal is to turn half the distance of the arrow. So we sit in the middle and we turn in the direction of the arrow until we hit the tip of the arrow.
Okay.
And then we stop. And you'll see there's a new hole at the back corner. So what we've just done is one night's activation. We turn every night before bed.
Okay.
Okay? So that's the first night. The second night, we're looking for the back hole. We put it through a couple of mils and we turn until we hit the middle of the arrow.
Okay.
So that's the second night. And then the third night, we sit in the middle and we turn to the tip. And fourth night, we go from the back to the middle. And over time, that gap will open up. Okay. The top is identical, but it's a bigger turn because it's a bigger screw. Arrow. This one starts on the tail. You can go through a couple of mils and we turn it to the middle. And then we stop. The next night we start in the middle and we turn it to the head, we stop. The next night we go from the tail to the middle and so on. And you'll see that little gap starting to open up. Okay? So I'm going to wind it back, but you don't wind it back. We're only having you turn it following the arrow. Okay. We also have a cleaning regime. These are to be cleaned with toothbrush and toothpaste every night and every morning. Once a week, give it a really, really good clean, hot water with some dish detergent. Okay? So the heat doesn't affect it, so long as it's not super hot. All right, so just normal tap hot water is fine. Okay, now, so Selena, one of the things that we are doing is we want to check to see the condition of the models. And we want to see how it's all fitting. So the most important thing is the pilot holes. Have they been damaged? Now, you'll see that hole is perfect. This hole, slightly damaged. So we know that we've got to be extra careful to check the fit. Because ideally, see how that's slightly damaged? but that isn't. Okay, so we know that it's going to catch in the mouth.
Yep.
All right, so what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to allow for fit issues on these clasps in particular. So the first thing we do is we just bend them out of the way, up. All right. The back ones are likely not to have a problem, the front ones are, because the holes were damaged on the model. We're also checking for roughness. So we're just rubbing our finger and thumb across for any rough spots. We're looking to see if there's any damage. We're looking to see if the solder is even, just like we did before. And we're feeling, we want to see, have they rounded off the clasps? Will there be sharp edges that will make it uncomfortable? The lower, again, nicer holes. A little bit more time damage. So the lower is less damage. Now the lower, they've cut a gap. So we want to put our finger in between to feel if there's any rough edges that they haven't smoothed off, because that's where the frenum sits, right? Yep. We're also feeling for sharp edges. All right. So sometimes you feel a sharp edge and you can smooth it off. All right. Again, we open it up, always open it up a little bit to make sure it's going to sit properly. We make sure that we've got an open gap between the clasp and the connector. Always an open gap between the clasp and the connector, because it's got to go under the contact point and over and above. Yeah. Alrighty, dude, we're going to try them in, okay? Try them in. Let's see, so we're always going to hold it at right angles. Can you open a little bit for me? We feel for the E that we're going to clasp, so we know where it is. We roll it in. The clip goes in first, then the plastic, and then we're aiming. Can you see how it's binding just there and there? So we have to open it up some more. Get that out of the way. Try it in again. Clip goes in, plastic in. And we can see that it's a little bit on the narrow side. When the model is slightly damaged, we know that it can fit. So we open it out. So we're looking to see what's going to stop it from sitting down. So we just want a passive fit with no clasp engagement for the time being. That end's going down, and that's going down. Right? So they're both going down. Is anything sore? Good. So we're pressing the plastic down to make sure there's no rock, so we know that the impression is okay. All right, we're looking, and now we're trying to think, okay, we've bent it up. And we've bent it up, so we want to bend it back down a little bit. So we know that it's fitting well. Now we want to clasp. So down a little bit, because we bent it up before. Down a little bit. In a little bit. In a little bit. Down a little bit. Down a little bit, but not in, because we were too tight before. So the clip goes in, plastic goes in, tight, tight, but no click, so we can adjust it a little bit more, okay? So the fit's almost there. Now we just want to get a little bit more attention. So there's no click because we haven't quite engaged into the embrasure underneath the contact points.